All right, friends, we're going to do another video. I'm Jason Blaha, man. It's T-Bro. We're going to do a video on the gym lifting, recruiting, fitness gear slave himself. You know who? Jason Blaha, bro. He uploaded this video for us to react to. So Blaha says, Jason Blaha training chest and triceps day. Okay.
Hey everybody, it's Jason Blaha here, and today was chest and tricep day.
So today is concentric lifting day. I'll explain this in this video again one more time. This one's going to be a little bit more explanatory.
Started off with bench press, and I really just did one top set, then went over to my floor presses. I'm experimenting a little bit back and forth to see with the wider grip, right? Because again, I've done this with different grips. Seeing with the really wide grip.
Yes, the wider grip. Yes.
If I get better stability on the toes or with the heels flat. This didn't feel particularly stable. If you guys notice, it looks a little wobbly right as I touch the chest. So I think next week I'm going to go back and mess with the heels flat and just work on getting a little bit stronger of an arch there. So setting up on that. But overall, still decently happy with the performance. I got 4 pause reps, right? Particularly for...
Why don't you ask yourself this question in science? Why don't they have anything on concentric exercise? Why is everything eccentric? When you type up PubMed, NCBI, even like fucking AI, everything is like eccentric exercise. Eccentric is superior to concentric. It does this, it does that, it does fucking everything, bro. Get it? Why is that? Ask yourself that question. Here's the thing. I have a question for all of you. What exercise builds physical strength? Your natural, physical, biological strength. Which exercise builds that? Eccentric or concentric? Which one do you think builds physical, natural fucking strength? This exercise also will build more force production. Of course, it will. But what do you think? Which exercise do you think does that? And what do you think concentric exercise does? Ask yourself this question. What does eccentric do and what does concentric exercise do? See, which one just builds a force production in the opposite direction of gravity? And which one builds physical strength and force production and a bunch of other things? Which one do you think does that? Eccentric. That's right. Eccentric, you people in your head, all these people are like, you're not strong and all this kind of, no, man. You don't know anything about real bodybuilding. That's your problem. To be physically inclined, like really physically inclined, and also be physically naturally stronger, you have to build muscle, type 2 fibers. And the only exercise that will do that is eccentric. Concentric exercise does not build muscles, does not build physical strength. It builds force. It can give you a force production, and it can increase the nervous system to give you force production, but it will not build you physically stronger. If anything, it could make you physically weaker. That's the difference. But it will not make you better at doing sporting events, sporting stuff, whatever. It will not. Eccentric does that. That's why it's superior. It's superior in every way because it does all of these things. It does that and 10 times more. See what I mean? That's why I post all these things all the time in the community section to educate you. But I think people cannot see the forest beyond the trees, bro. Get it? They see the trees, but they can't see the forest beyond the trees on the other side.
Threat, pretty decent pause. So again, what I do need to work on.
All of Blaha's exercises are concentric. They're useless. Useless.
On there though is getting a little bit stronger at pauses and then driving with a little bit of leg drive.
He's not getting stronger. He's getting better at lifting concentrically. He is not getting physically stronger.
That I notice here,
he's pretending to be. He's pretending. He wants to walk around with his arms flared, with his fat body and his fat legs walking around. You know what I mean? And they're not even that fat. I don't know. He's small. He's like 180 pounds or something, maybe 70. I don't know. He's a small dude. He's just trying to pretend walk around like he's powerful with his arms flared out. His 13.5 inch arms. Come on, give me a break, man. Now, you must be crazy, you people out there. Look at this exercise he's doing now. You're telling me it's just all concentric, bro.
Out to the weakest. So when I get to those last reps, notice the lockout is still the weakest point. Like I actually get off the chest relative.
We have another cosmetic case for you guys.
Notice the lockout.
He is adapted to the eccentric exercises. There's no more adaptations. He's tapped them all out.
Is still the weakest point. Like I actually get off the chest relatively quick. So
this lifting is for performance. That's it, for concentric performance. That's why I say people that go to the gym, you're probably not understanding me when I speak to you. I say they're all doing these concentric exercises for the other slaves. They're all performing for the other slaves. Originally, when you went to the gym, you thought you were going to build muscle, get big and strong. But you thought wrong because you started performing. You became a performing slave. Get it? Doing concentric exercises. And so you get upset because your body's not building. And then you can't figure out why it's not building. And then you go, well, maybe if I work harder than the last time, or if I do these drop sets or cluster sets, or maybe if I do these pyramiding maybe, or better yet, if I do the big four like powerlifting, that will get me big. A heavier will get me bigger. A heavier concentrically will get me a bigger. And then you never get big, and then you can't figure it out what's going on there. So then you start bulk dieting, taking these powders, creatines, whatever, drinking gallons of milk. What was that last guy? Remember Red Chucks? I remember he was like, oh, put on weight by drinking gallons of milk a day. Putting on weight, that's not putting on muscle, putting on weight, drinking gallons of milk. You understand me? Or I got my friend to do these exercises to increase his testosterone. That's even ridiculous too. There's our temporary spikes in testosterone, man. They're not for that. They're only there to elevate some protein synthesis when there's a breakdown when there's a breakdown, open window for breakdown. It's very specific what's going on with the body, but people don't even think about it.
Not really particularly the issue for me, so I'm going to just keep hammering the triceps. I'm going to keep working the floor press.
Yeah, okay.
So for me in the past, the floor press carried over really well, and it kind of got to a point where I've gotten stronger and stronger on incline.
Like, come on, he's laying on the floor. You think there's any chance of eccentric going on here? It is going down. It is going down. There's pressure going down. There's some pressure, but it's not an eccentric exercise because the chest muscle between the shoulder and the chest muscle, it has to elongate. It's not elongating at all whatsoever. He's just ass cheek squeezing ass cheeks.
Not quite getting the same carryover, and it is a little bit slightly inflaming on my shoulders. And it's mainly because
it's inflaming in your shoulders because concentric exercise wears you out. It's endurance lifting, performing endurance lifting for the slaves.
I can't touch the bar to my chest on it.
And that's not what bodybuilding's all about. Bodybuilding compromises sportive performance because real bodybuilding is not a sport. It's based on eccentric exercise.
Incline without at least 135 plus. So sometimes 135 on the bar, I cannot touch it on an incline. I cannot get the bar to physically touch my chest. So with the floor press, a little bit different. Plus, I feel like
he can't get the bar to touch his chest on the incline. What's he talking about?
Overall chest development won't be bad.
Overall chest development happens in eccentric exercises. If you get an adaptation in eccentric exercise, if you're adapted and you're not getting an adaptation, well, then obviously nothing's going to happen there, right? Look, man, go in my community section, dude. You can read these things. They'll explain to you. I always post stuff there all the time. I posted this recently. Let me see. Where is it? Look, recovering from eccentric exercise. Get weak to become strong. You have to get weak to become strong. Get it? Did you ever suffer from sore muscles after hill walking, lifting weights, or trying a new exercise? Your answer is yes. Then the exercise will have included eccentric contractions, i.e., contractions where the contraction muscle is lengthened. Eccentric contractions are the main cause of muscle soreness and usually P20, whatever, DOMS, Well, there's a disruption and micro injury of contractile proteins leading to a loss of contractile proteins leading to a loss of contractile force, which is followed by repair, hypertrophy, repair, hypertrophy, and remodeling. Get it? So what is associated with eccentric exercise? Let's see. Repair, hypertrophy, and remodeling. Get it, man? You understand me, bro? Yeah. Fibers and the surrounding connective tissue, also connective tissue, and ultimately increases the muscle's tolerance for what? Eccentric exercise. So the ligaments and tendons also get remodeled along with the muscle, and don't forget the bone, because all that eccentric overload will cause micro tears in the bone because we're doing astronomically high sets and repetitions to get that damage eccentrically, yes, to build muscles. So you have to get weak to become what? Strong. So that's why real bodybuilding is astronomically difficult, because we're building physical strength, bro. We have to get weak to become strong, because as we're going through the exercises, our force production is going down because we're getting what? Micro injuries, bro. Get it? Even to the androgen receptors, they're getting fucking injured where the force production's going on with the molecules and a bunch of other stuff. And the nervous system, nerves are getting damaged. These micro damages, they're damaging nerves, they're damaging a bunch of stuff. And then they rebuild themselves bigger and stronger when we come back. That's the whole point in real bodybuilding, not fake stuff. And anyway, so there's another one here. I posted this one as well. The eccentric exercise adaptations, and application for health and performance. Health and performance, get it? Because eventually you come out and you'll be able to perform like a nice little, like what you like to be, a lifting slave or whatever. So yeah, this is another one I posted here. I'm not going to read through the whole thing. This one's probably shorter. I don't know. I think this one was shorter up here. This one is much shorter. This one is shorter than the other one. The other one's slightly longer. I don't know. So yeah. This one's 2003, and I don't know which one this one's from. This is from 2021. It's pretty new, okay? Whatever. There's just so much stuff on eccentric exercise. Oh, man. It also gets rid of senescent cells. It does a bunch of stuff. Because once it's activated, it cleans up all these things, gets rid of these zombie cells. That's how it regenerates you. To get rid of these zombie cells, you start getting more younger and younger. The more you get rid of these zombie cells, you replace them with real cells, you'll get younger because it's regenerative, like it says here in this section when you read it. Regular exercise. Senescent cells, also known as zombie cells. These cells are damaged and no longer function properly, but remain in tissues. They remain in tissues. So how do you get rid of them? They contribute to aging and symptoms like muscle and bone weakness, cognitive decline, and frailty. Okay, so how do you get rid of it? Yes, eccentric exercise can help reverse hallmarks of what? Cellular senescence. And there is evidence that exercise can reduce senescent cells. Yes, this type of exercise can do that. See what I mean? Not all exercises can do that. This one can. Regular exercise can reduce signs of senescent cells. When they're saying that, they're talking about the eccentric again, because it follows under this section. Okay, dude? So eccentric exercise can help reverse hallmarks of T cell senescence in pre-diabetic subjects and a bunch of other stuff. It does a whole bunch. It reverses all this shit and whatever. Senescent cells, you name it, yada, yada, yada. Okay? Anyways, let's go back to Blaha. I don't want to stay here forever.
Thing I will say with the floor pressing, just kind of watching and feeling, I do have to learn to not get loose at the bottom of these. So some of these I kind of pause on the last rep.
Yes, pausing on the last rep.
The triceps need to touch the floor, but I need to stay tight. back issue. You know, a lot of times guys are like,
He's
nothing, or
wasting his
occasionally I get
time.
people who are like, I don't know about that, you know, try to go deeper, but I can't really always get deeper,
Holy shit, he's still doing this. It's crazy.
even if I go really light, so then I'm just not getting as much out of it. And I really do need the lockout strength. So these work, although part of me is looking at this going,
What is he doing here? You think this is full range of even motion? There's not even any eccentric here whatsoever. And he's going to tell you he's bodybuilding. Bodybuilding is not based on concentric exercise. Christ, man. That isn't bodybuilding. Because it doesn't build your body. Let's get this one fucking thing straight, bro. Bodybuilding is based on eccentric exercise. Want to know why? Because it builds your fucking body. Okay? It builds it big and strong. That's what bodybuilding is. What is powerlifting? What's powerlifting? Exactly what they fucking call it. Powerlifting. You're lifting for what? Power where? In which direction do they lift? Concentrically, in the moon, going to the moon. So they're getting power what? In that direction, lifting that weight, right? Okay. Now, what makes you physically strong? Bodybuilding. Bodybuilding increases your physical strength. And if your physical strength increases, your force production increases as well. And everything else increases, okay? And you're not susceptible to getting injured. You have a very strong body. Plus, you're also more physically inclined to carry over to every other sport. When you the whole point of bodybuilding is you can carry it over to every sport. But powerlifting, you cannot carry it to every sport. It will not work in arm wrestling. It will not work in wrestling, arm wrestling, physical sports. Physical fighting, it doesn't work well. It doesn't work well. Bodybuilding works really well in physical sports like fighting. But this, like just lifting concentrically, doesn't really go there. You can take it, but doesn't really work there. See what I mean? You need to be physically big and strong. But whatever. And you get more force production anyways. Your force production, like it says there in eccentric exercise, increases exponentially a lot higher than you would get just doing concentric work.
even though I do get a lot of this, and this helped build my close grip press before, I almost feel like in this slot it might even make more sense to just do a close grip bench press. Okay, so
He's just wasting his time. Let's see what else he's gonna do here. Come on, man. He's still on the floor. Christ. Oh, he doing this again?
rep on those. Those were 0 to 1
Is he
rep in
doing
reserve.
these?
Like I didn't
Oh, is he doing these again?
feel like I could have done another. Like I would have possibly got stapled over. They would have been crazy grinders. So then I'm like, let's do the
This is really
15 reps
boring.
with the 75. I'm like, I can go ahead and handle the 90 again. So I grabbed a pair of plates for the next 2 sets.
This is such a waste of time. He's doing absolutely nothing. Nothing. Just wearing out his joints.
Did 2 sets of 10. with
Nothing is doing nothing.
Really, really good stimulus.
Not doing these
Something for
useless
my notes
exercise.
for next time.
Wait till I do that Dr. Israel one. He's just did something on, I think, flies. I should go there and do a video on it. The stupid cable flies. That's like the most useless fucking exercise in the world. Don't ever do those.
Just for the technique, stay tight. A good tool because you have to control it.
I've done them, but they're useless, man. You understand me? Maybe it can get you a nice pump, get pumped up, but that's about it.
To see where that eccentric touches his maxes historically, they work
Did he just say eccentric touches? He never does. He doesn't do any eccentric work. Come on.
a little bit higher than where I feel really
Blah's a
comfortable.
liar. Blah's a
And
liar.
it doesn't mean they're stuff I'm going to be talking about a lot more is going to be leverages and leverage.
Holy shit, he doing elastic bands now? This is hilarious, man. And he has clients? Are you looking for clients? To do what? To do what?
Just like I did with the squat video. Sometimes I have to take a second to try to do another rep and see if I can. We're going to continue to work on it. Try
This is pure shit. Pure shit.
to recomp a little bit here at this body weight. Get the big lifts up.
He's gonna recomp at this body weight. Gonna get these lifts up. Yes, Blaha.
The squat's been coming along. The other
Yes, the
stuff
squats have been coming along concentrically. Yes, sitting on a box squat. Yes, so you can go sit on the toilet.
hasn't detrained that much, so may not be seen quite.
He hasn't detrained that much. He has detraining. These are all fake things. The detraining and all this shit is garbage. It's not bodybuilding.
The same jump, but happy overall. So I hope it's been informative, and I'll talk to you.
Yes, it's been very uninformative. I'll see you in the next one, friends. I told you, these videos Blaha makes, they're just, man, they're just useless. They're useless. This requires reaction.